Hey Alejandra.
Hey Les!
How you
Long
doing?
time we don't see you.
Oh yeah, it's been a little while. At least it's been a little while since we talked to those people.
It is true. Wait, question. Why do we have natural light now?
Cause it's summer, well, spring in Canada.
Okay.
So the sun sets really
Come
late.
on, but it's only was like what 3 months ago the last video.
Yeah.
The first video.
Makes a big difference in this country.
I see.
Dark and gloomy.
So, how was your day in the mine? Did you get some cheese?
No, we got no cheese today. I'm sorry, Alex.
And with this economy, how we gonna do?
We're gonna starve.
Okay. Maybe
It's terrible.
good luck next time.
I wish I had some cheese.
Yeah.
Oh,
What kind of channel is this without the cheese?
not a very good channel.
We're doing a cracker, nothing.
Not no cracker.
No money for
no
Uber.
cheese. I'm gonna smack you if you keep asking about Uber.
Okay, I will have to walk home.
You have to walk home like
Anyway.
a proper Cheesepalumpa.
So, what is the topic of this beautiful conversation?
I thought we might talk about American funding of the Ukrainian war.
Finally, those were about what, 61 billions.
Yeah, 61 billion US dollars.
It's not going out to Ukraine. Huh?
Well, no, that's not how it works.
They are sending money to Israel. They are sending money to
Well, yes, there's
Taiwan.
some money to Israel, some money to Taiwan, but really all the money goes to U.S. arms manufacturers. They're buying American weapons to give to.
That is like saying that the money for cheese is going to the cheese producer. Yeah, basically to get some cheese from them.
Yeah,
That's the way it works.
but the cows don't get any money.
No, they get food.
Yes.
And when they pass away. But they are a nice mistake.
Yeah, I don't think you make dairy cows into steaks though.
No? What did you do with the cow? Anyway, back to the topic. This starts smelling like the Third World War.
Oh, well,
Yeah, money.
there's a lot of money, but it's not the Third World War by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, what kind of weapon do you think they're gonna send to Ukraine?
Well, clearly they should be sending like ammunition, right? I mean,
For sure.
the Ukrainians are starved for ammunition. The Russians are just stomping around eastern Ukraine now.
Yeah, I would say they really need Patriots.
They need what?
Patriots.
Patriot missile
Oh
systems?
yeah, they really need it.
Well, yeah, everybody wants one of those.
They need a kind of Iron Dome. at this point.
But that's not possible. The Iron Dome in Israel is
Yeah, it's really small.
teeny
I know,
little
I know, I know.
country,
It's different.
and the Israel's enemies are their homemade rockets. They're about as technologically sophisticated as, well, a homemade rocket.
And what about the F-16?
Who's getting the F-16s?
That Ukraine really need it. They're thinking
Yes.
they're not getting it. I don't know why.
To defend yourself from Paraguay,
Yeah,
obviously.
Our
Your
brother from Paraguay or
bitter
brother from
rivalry
Brazil?
with Chile and its imperialistic ambitions.
What a waste of money. Like, we're talking about a broken country who's buying,
Well,
okay, 30 years old plane, but for what? You know?
to defend.
To force the British in the Falkland to buy something more expensive.
Yeah, maybe. Why do you guys want that
I don't know,
stupid,
that is so stupid.
stupid, nasty, cold, miserable rock? I mean, the weather is so bad there. People from the Orkneys go, "No, I don't want to live in the Falkland Islands. That's crap."
Again, I don't think we're gonna. Luckily, we
The
don't see.
penguins aren't even happy on the Falkland Islands.
Those planes should go to Ukraine, but anyway,
Yes.
it is what it is.
Yeah, but at least they finally sent the money to you, or the funding for the Ukrainian.
The question is, why didn't they send it before? Do you mind to explain me why it took so long to pass a law to get the funds?
You're unfamiliar with American political systems, aren't you?
Completely.
Okay. Apart from the fact that the American political system is structured to make things slow and lean towards the status quo.
Checks and balance.
Checks and balances, yeah. In this particular case, you had the executive, President Biden, who was in favor of funding the Ukrainian military. But he doesn't have the purse strings. The purse strings are held by Congress. The upper house, the Senate, is split evenly between Republicans and Democrats, with the Democrats having a majority, so they are able to get legislation passed, they did pass it with a lot of Republican support. The problem was in Congress, which is got a slim majority held by the Republicans, and the Republican Party is somewhat conflicted over the issue of Ukrainian aid.
Between and against Trump?
Well, yes. I mean, the main and obvious thing is the Trumpists and the quasi-moderates, the not drunk Republicans, the Republicans that aren't hitting the bong every day,
Yeah, I want to hear you talking on improv of Republicans.
The Republicans hitting the bong. Hey, Matt Gaetz want a hoot? So there are Trump, of course. It's a well-known fact that he's in Putin's pocket. It can be said that many Republican congressional members are also in Trump's pocket. You have the popular idiot Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is literally word for word spewing Russian talking points.
So Putin interfering with the internal American affairs,
yeah,
that's weird.
Of the Republican Party, who were historically the most anti-Russian hawks of them all.
Such an irony.
Yeah, it's a terrible irony. But Putin figured out the fatal flaw of the American governmental system. Cash. He was able to.
Not only the American one.
Well, yeah, but it's a particular of the Americans. He was able to buy his way into the Republican Party by donating to the RNC, the Republican National Congress, buying up populist Republican congressmen. And populists, as we know, are really cheap to buy. I mean, they sell their constituencies out for a nickel apiece. And you have, of course, there is a deep-seated vein in American politics, which is a kind of isolationism that's always there. This case had a lot more to do with Russian manipulation of the far right of the Republican Party.
What is really weird for me is
it's got them on the leash.
Yeah, but they passed it same year that they have elections. Do you think it's going to affect the election somehow?
Well, foreign policy does not typically affect democratic elections. Traditionally, it's never been an issue because the Democratic Party and the Republican Party were pretty closely aligned on issues of foreign policy for the most part.
Yeah, no, this is not the case.
Now, well, actually,
Ask Trump.
Yes. Trump is an anomalous American politician for sure, and because he's clearly bought out to foreign interests, he pushes those interests. The majority of the American population support Ukrainian resistance to Russian military aggression.
Who calls for anything else?
Of course. I mean, sensible. Well, I mean, there's reasonable dissent, but really, most sensible people see Russian aggression as ugly. Where did my train of thought?
My question is: money, law is approved, money is on its way.
Yeah.
When we're gonna see the guns there? How long do you think it's gonna take?
Well, actually, the American military is pretty cagey, and weapons are already arriving. They knew the money was.
The other day, they recognized they gave attacks to the Ukrainians.
Attack them?
After saying everywhere that they will not give an attack, they're gonna give him only.
Well, I mean, it's getting to a point where the Americans have to up the game, or unfortunately for the Ukrainians, the U.S. policy interest is to quagmire out the Russians rather than equipping Ukraine so that they can
with the guns to win.
Yeah, with the guns, and probably more particularly with the jet fighters that are required to win. I think that if the Ukrainians were given the F-16s and the jet fighters, they ended Russian air superiority or even Russian air interference in Ukraine, the war would come to a close fairly quickly. But like I said, the Americans are more interested in bleeding the Russians.
And now that U.S. is intervening on the war, the European Union is intervening on the war.
Well,
It's becoming a war between continents, Europe against Asia.
well, it's one continent. Eurasia is one big continent.
You're kidding me, right? Europa, Asia.
Oh,
I didn't.
yeah. But that's old. That's archaic.
Are you from the Pangaea?
Pangea?
Yeah, Pangea.
That's even more archaic than the idea that Europe
Come
and
on,
Asia
you're
are
kidding me.
separate
You
continents.
can't tell me.
Eurasia's
No,
one
no,
big
no.
continent. It's a giant landmass.